Welcome to New Earth Lifestyles. I'm Janie King, here in Manchester, New Hampshire, with some good, wonderful people talking today about wheelchair health in motion. So welcome to Manchester, New Hampshire, and those of us watching online. My friend Dawn is not here today. Dawn Drew is off, so it's really nice to see two bright new faces today talking about wheelchair health in motion. So we have Jennifer Crowell, yes, thank you, and
welcome.
Laura Clark. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I'm glad you're here. So you are both, what do you call, mentors for WHIM, or what is your position with wheelchair health?
Program developers.
Program developers, okay.
And also interns with SHAE.
Interns with SHAE, okay. And SHAE stands for?
Sunset Hill Educational Institute. And our mentor, Carol Conforti Adams, works with that's nonprofit organization. And so we are a program off of SHAE.
Okay.
As career development is the main, our main way about going with wheelchair health and motion, or WHIM is what we call it short.
Okay.
And then from there on, seeing how far we go with this and where else it can spread for us in our future life.
Great. Okay. So, wheelchair health in motion. And Laura, tell me what you were talking to me earlier about the places where you base, or the places that you go with WHIM. Could you maybe talk a little more about that?
Last summer, we actually started off doing a pilot at Crotch Mountain Rehab Center in Greenfield, New Hampshire. And that was about a 3-month pilot, so that was the first site that we had, the first place that we started doing the exercises at. And then most recently we had a pilot in Concord, and that lasted for 2 months. And then our most recent new site that we're looking to open up is in Goffstown, New Hampshire, at the YMCA over there.
Great. So maybe you can tell the audience, and tell me what wheelchair health in motion actually is. What do you do? What if people came to this? What would they do? How would that help them, or whatever?
It's basically a program that where we get together with our peers and we work out. We do upper body exercises.
And it's a free program.
It's free.
That we offer.
And we would like it to be led by peers, so other people in wheelchairs or with low mobility. And it's also a peer support group.
Peer
as well.
support.
So we'll get together and we'll work out, and then we'll chat after and talk
Or
about
chat
life.
during.
Or chat during. And we talk about, life and different ways to go about living with a disability.
And we do a lot of networking too. So many people within the group know so many different things, and so many different people that can help them with other problems or suggestions going on in life. So that's what really makes the peer support group really fun, because we have such a variety of people, from being paralyzed for 2 years to being paralyzed for 26 years, I think, is the highest.
Wow.
So you have a huge range of questions to be able to be asked. And then not only that, but the support of people that get involved and volunteer their time with a lot of other activities or communities within the area. And then they express that along with newly injured people. So that they know there is stuff outside.
A lot of good support.
Of the home, yeah.
Outside the home, right. That's great. That's really wonderful to know that that's available. So how long, if I were to go, someone were to go to one of your programs, is it like an hour?
Yeah, right now in Concord, it's 1:30 to 3.
And where in Concord is it?
At Health South.
Health
It's
South,
Health
oh, yeah.
South Rehab, right by the hospital. And it does start at 1:30, and who knows if it truly ends at 3. Sometimes we get to talking, and the talking leads to 4. It's just, we don't stop it just because of the time.
I see.
Laura and I try to keep it as open as possible for people who have questions, and or just want to chat and don't really want to go home yet, or or
Yeah.
they're waiting for a bus to bring them back home, and so, but so it's 1:30 to 3. We usually do the aerobics first, which we took about a year's worth of research on making sure that every aerobic workout that we have for our upper body is safe, and that we're using multiple muscles. And in our manual, we have that written in there. So we don't just have the workout itself, but we also have what muscles you are using, and
Wow.
suggested reps between person that's newly, so beginner, all the way to expert, to someone who can work out a little bit harder.
Wow, that's great. So you and Laura and you, Jen, created this manual, and it has all the exercises in here.
Correct.
And oh yes, and nice pictures and all. Wow, this was an amazing undertaking. So you have pictures, and then you have how many reps and which muscles these particular exercises focus on.
And then in the very beginning, it's the warm-up and cool-down exercises, and then the rest of it is the actual aerobic activity to keep our hearts pumping.
Get those hearts strong, because yeah, you need to when you're immobilized like that. That's an important thing to keep your cardiovascular system tuned up.
It has a lot of beneficial factors, which even more before we even understood ourselves, but with the research I found out with just physical, mental health, with just getting your blood pumping. And we do a lot of deep breathing because it's the only way you can build muscle is by breathing. And a lot of us don't feel the muscles that we are trying to use or using, but that's why we do the exercise, and we have people do it at their own pace. And
It's very important.
yes,
And we tell people, you do it. If it hurts, don't do it. Do it at your own level. It's, when we first started this out, but me, Carol, and Jenny we have quadriplegia. So even though we have the same diagnosis, we all move at different levels.
Right.
We
Okay.
noticed Carol can go way high. I can't do as much, and Jenny's kind of in the middle. And with these exercises, it doesn't matter what level you are, what you can move, as long as you're trying and doing it at your own level.
Great. And so part of that is you're oxygenating your body and your heart, and all the muscles need oxygen to do the exercises.
yes.
But yeah, each level is important. So it doesn't matter what level someone's at; they can come and start wherever they're on, whatever level they're on.
And we have with the people that come to our groups, we usually have a lot of significant others or friends or personal care helpers that will come, and they will join as well.
Great.
And if they have leg movement, we ask, they might make us a little jealous, but we ask that they march in place or swing their legs or get involved with other parts of their body that we cannot help with, but they can be moving.
Yeah, great.
And I think every person that's ever come has joined in, and
Great.
usually we're outbeating them. They're the ones that want it to be done.
I want to take a break before you guys. Oh, that's funny. That's interesting.
So we do multiple. We've had it's people in wheelchairs or with walking disabilities, and we've even have a wonderful woman that joins us that has ALS, and she actually only can move her legs, not her upper body.
Interesting. So it's the opposite.
So
First, yeah.
it was our first experience, and we didn't know what to do, but she really just came to giggle. I think that's how she loses her weight, is from laughing so much. And that's what she did. She just really came for the peer support and just to come hang out. So she does certain things with her legs to keep up with us, and we asked her if there's anything we can do, and she said nope. She just wanted to come and hang out.
Great. So it's not just about the exercises. It's about, like you said, the networking and the interaction and the peer support and the fun. So this sounds like a really fun thing that you guys are doing.
We try to make it fun.
Well, if you think about it, like an able-bodied person, they can go to a gym and take like a Zumba class, or a step class, and it's very social.
It's
and
true.
It has two benefits. You know, your mind's getting a workout and your body. And we just didn't see anything around that was catered to people in wheelchairs. So that's how we
So you created all of
Yeah.
this. This is amazing that you did all this research and put this whole program together, the two of you.
Yes.
And Carol.
Well, and
And
Carol.
Carol, yeah.
Yes, of course. Carol is the executive director of SHE, Sunset Hill Educational Institute. But she kind of gave you a free rein to and the support. So
She gave us huge support. Laura and I live on the same street, and in Antrim. And being so very rare that happens, we have had each other's support, and
which is invaluable. Yeah.
Yes.
And not how many people can say they have
not
that.
many people at all can
Yeah.
say that.
Right.
And we push all the time because Laura's been injured longer than I have. So when I found out after my injury, and she heard about it, she was huge support with me, her and her family, with me and my family. And not just that happened, and then knowing we live on the same road. So
Yeah.
it's become great. And with us being able to get together all the time, Carol's said, why don't you girls come up with something, think of something that you'd like to do, because of what both of us were doing. It wasn't exactly feasible for what we wanted it to be, and that's independent as much as we can be. And we kind of got sick of therapy and wanted to work out together and wanted to hang out, so why not put that all together? And that's what we did.
Wow, that's great. Now you've got a really wonderful program to offer to the world, basically. So
We're
this
trying.
is in its infancy. So when did this first happen? This spring?
The idea first happened 2 years ago.
Oh, the idea came 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was, and then a year ago we got a grant from the Endowment for Health.
Okay.
And they helped fund a conference that we had for training peers to lead the exercise classes and the peer support groups, and to help us create the manual. And so from there, that whole year we were working on getting the conference together, kind of building me and Jenny's confidence with leading the classes with WHIM, because we were kind of on the job training, like learning as we go.
Right.
And so it's been a couple of year-long progress that we've been making on this.
Wonderful. So I hope it continues to grow and expand. It's such a wonderful concept that you came up with and it happened spontaneously for your own benefit, to enjoy life a little bit
That's
more.
kind of where the name came from. Like, it came on a whim.
Did
Yeah, it's true.
The
Carol
idea.
asked us to come up with thoughts of a name, and Laura one day was just like, wheelchair health motion. And it just WHIM, and it flowed. So we definitely kept that, and then
Nice.
she did our picture, with the 3 people in the chair, and then our
Yeah.
logos, and
Right.
and
So if someone, are you doing another peer training, like you do that once a year?
we're gonna do it once a year.
Okay.
This year was kind of an introduction to WHIM, what we are. So we invited multiple places to come and check it out within the health facilities around the area.
Oh, so you invited like different rehab places to come to Health South?
Actually, to come to where we had our conference out in Concord,
Oh, okay.
so that they could understand what we're trying to bring to New Hampshire.
Right.
Or our region right now is where we're really working on it.
So your goal is to spread this out into the whole state?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Wherever somebody wants to work out,
We want to be out in the public eye. We're not scary. And we want to be able to go into a facility and be able to use equipment and be able to educate people that don't understand this situation that we might live every day. But it's very easy to work around if you have someone just willing to help you.
Right.
And that's what we really want. We don't want to go into a health facility every single time to work out. It'd be really nice to go into a gym, even if it's 1 or 2 pieces of equipment. That's all we need. But we also get to have that part of meeting people and seeing people and
Right, the social aspect of it all,
and there
some
and
normalcy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And getting together and going to work out together, and then maybe after the workout go, wheeling down Elm Street or here in Manchester
Yeah.
together. It's I think it's big for us to make sure that people know that we're all the same.
Yeah, really, you are all we are. We're all the same.
We're not contagious, promise.
It's interesting how people have different ideas. I saw a YouTube clip of Dustin Hoffman. I don't know if you guys saw
I
that.
saw that this morning.
Did you see that? Someone
did.
sent it around on the Facebook. It was very touching. But this movie Tootsie that he did, I don't know how long ago, where he became a woman in the movie. He wanted to get on a movie, be an actor, but they wouldn't hire men. So he dressed up as a woman and he got a job. I forget the whole storyline, but in the behind the scenes, he as not Dustin Hoffman. No, was it? Okay. I get my names mixed up sometimes. But anyway, he wanted to be a beautiful woman, and the makeup artist said, "This is all we can do." And he really realized, well, some women aren't beautiful, and what that whole stigma of other people's impression of you is.
Yeah,
And
he said something about if he had seen himself as a woman, he wouldn't have given her the time of day.
right,
And he was very upset. He was almost in tears, like through the interview.
Yeah.
And he said, I missed out on a lot of learning about a lot of great women because of, what society's taught me is, attractive to look at or approach.
Oh.
Right. Right. It was very powerful because, yeah, he realized that all these wonderful people were out there, but because they didn't fit in the society's model of the perfect woman or something, and he was very, very remorseful about that. So he learned a lot from making that movie, and he said it wasn't a comedy to him. It was very serious because of that aspect of it.
Oh.
And so.
Oh. That's sad.
But it also kind of ties into what you guys you have disabilities, but you're beautiful people, and you're no different than than me or anyone else. You had an injury, and that's putting you in a life situation that's different. But you're both beautiful, loving, caring people, women.
Thank you.
And so, yeah. So I hope the best for you, and I'm so happy that this program is getting out there.
Yeah, and we are too, and we've actually met some really just wonderful people that said that they've been so depressed, and then they heard about our program at Health South, and they come, and it's so cute because they either giggle through it or at least smile through it, or their significant others come, and it makes them happy that they're doing something to better themselves, even if it's for an hour and a half. And that's what has made it motivating for us.
Exactly. The participants that have supported coming to WHIM and making it worthwhile have just been awesome. The people that have come out.
That's great. So I didn't get to do a little bio of who you are, other than introducing your names. I didn't know if you wanted a minute or two to just talk about yourself. I mean, we did a little with your teaching, but we didn't really get to Laura. But both of you, I'd like to give you equal time to talk about a little bit about yourselves, if you'd like.
Well, back in 2004, I was in nursing school at UNH, and I came home for the summer. I had one more year left before I got my RN. And
Wow.
I was in a car accident involving a moose. I hit a moose on the road one night, and I broke my neck, and I am now have the diagnosis of quadriplegia, which is paralysis in all four limbs. I mean, I can move my arms a little, but my legs I can't. So from there, I had about 5 years of good therapy at Health South. I had awesome therapists, but after a while, it became hard to find the reasons to keep going with therapy, for insurance to pay for it and all that. So I kind of stopped. And then Jenny came along, and I was in a rut, and she was in a rut when she came home, and then WHIM came about, and that was that.
And that was
Now
that.
we're busy.
Now
Now
you're
we're
busy.
very busy.
Oh, great. And you live in Antrim?
I live in Antrim. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So you have a medical background, so to speak, with 3 years of nursing
A
school.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped put the manual together because there was a little bit of medical stuff
There is.
in there.
Muscles and breathing and a lot of, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Well, in 2008, I had a diving accident. I dove into a lake, and I broke my neck as well, C5 and C6. So it's the same paralysis, quadriplegia. And so it's the same type of what Laura just explained. I don't, my legs, they say 4 limbs. It's kind of silly. I think that our arms shouldn't be considered as not being able to move.
Partially paralyzed.
Yeah, partially. And so I had in Michigan. I was living there at the time, but I've been born and raised in Antrim. Lived, that's been my home. So I ended up moving back home with my parents and friends, and have a great support system. Very large family. And then same thing is I found out about Laura and living down the road, and we both have dogs that are our lives.
Oh, nice.
Just to throw that one in there. I have an Australian Shepherd named Milo, who's he's my mental therapy dog. He's my little bit of everything.
Uh-huh.
And then my little sister just had a baby, and her name is Addie, and she is I just want to eat her up. She keeps me going. It's just
I got one of those.
keeps
too.
those two. And then Laura kind of has the same situation.
I have a nephew, Connor.
Yep.
Nice.
And he just
Same thing.
too, yeah. And then she has a Chihuahua named Penelope.
Oh, cute.
They're kind of our lives too, and so we just after that we both didn't know what to do, with the rest of our lives.
So how did you find Carol and Shay?
For me, it was through Crotchet Mountain Rehab Center, and it was a doctor there, Dr. Rocco Chiappini, and he knew Carol because Carol, we worked with him, and he introduced me to Carol. And then after that, I could never run away. She was there.
She's there.
Yes, yeah, she was
Like-
very there.
It's like a surrogate mother.
Yes, yeah. She wanted to make sure that everything was okay, always, and didn't want me to ever feel like I couldn't do anything again. And by just watching her inspired me to drive again. So I did get my license back, and I got a van and adapted.
Great.
She also inspired me to do skiing and kayaking and
Wow.
pool therapy and just get out there. She socializes the world and
She
travel.
really lives life.
Yeah.
She continued, yeah.
Yes. And how did you meet?
I knew her before Jenny was even injured. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. But then we reconnected through Jenny when Jenny connected with her. So.
And then
So it's worked out ever
then she
since.
got stuck with us. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a good connection, and plus it's nice. She doesn't live far from us,
Right.
So we can go up and visit her. And we either go up and visit as a work-related event, or we go up to visit just to
hang out with
Yes,
Carol. So
yes.
Carol's located in Sutton, or is that Bradford, Sutton area. And her home is actually Sunset Hill Educational
Yes.
Institute.
And we've had the pleasure of meeting the board and having the support of them big time. So that's been really nice. They are more loving than anything, always keeping up with us, asking about us, emailing, coming to some of our events, coming to some of our workouts.
Great.
So
Actually, I'm on the board.
yes.
And I forgot about mentioning that in the beginning, that I'm on the board, and I met you both probably, I don't know, sometime back, not too long ago at one of the board meetings. And so it's really great to see you again
Yes,
and be on
you
the show
too.
with me.
And we still are, anyone can come. We don't have a line standoff on the amount of people. So our Concord is open on Thursdays.
So
1:30
Thursday,
to 3.
1:30 to 3
At Health South in
at Health
Concord.
South in Concord, which is right behind the hospital. So you drive up at that intersection with a traffic light. You go straight up there, and it's
And
in
we
the back.
take all.
You take all.
And then
That's good to know.
just real quick, August 2nd, we'll be having a hike
Oh yes.
up at Crotchet Mountain a Rehabilitation Center, where we're going to be getting we want to get a large group together to hike up there. We're calling it a roll walk, their accessible trail, which Laura and I use it a lot, other than lately because it's been raining so much. And it's a beautiful trail. It makes you feel like you are hiking. You are out in the woods. You are on top of a mountain. And so August 2nd at 11 o'clock.
August 2nd, 11 o'clock at Crotchet Mountain.
At
So
the
arrive
accessible
early,
trail.
probably.
Yep.
And this is just a Sunset Hill thing, or is this across?
No, this
your-
is WHIM.
WHIM.
WHIM will be hosting.
You'll be hosting
this,
us,
This
okay.
hike with the support of larger places such as Crotchet Mountain Rehab Center, GSIL,
Which is Granite State Living.
Independent Living, New Hampshire National Spinal Cord Association, Ride Away, MS Society, New England Handicap Sports Association.
Wow, you've got quite a group of people coming.
Yes,
So-
they're all supporting us on this, and
Great.
we're going to be there.
Excellent. So August 2nd at Crotchet Mountain. Well, thank you very much, both of you, for coming,
Thank
being
you.
here. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
Jenny and Laura, and thank you all for joining us. Have
Yes,
a good
thank
day.
you.
Thank you.